Hey guys, welcome back to the Blade Bloodhound. Tonight we're going to look at a Browning USA Stockman. This is one that I found at a flea market and picked this one up for a great price. It did have one little issue which I resolved pretty quick and fixed, and I'll tell you about that when we take it over the table. But it was a cool knife. It was one that I was really surprised to find, especially where I found it. And anyway, let's go over the table and we'll talk about it. All right, guys, I am back with you here. Let's take a look at this knife here. So I was at the flea market with one of my buddies. We were doing our little running around, knife hunting, goofing off, having a good time, and came across a guy that had a bunch of junk out there. I mean, he had some knives that were just like total bad. I mean, not good at all. And anyway, so we're looking through his stuff, and he says, "Hey, I've got some over here in this little jar." And sure enough, I saw this one. I spotted it. Actually, I picked up 3 knives from him, but we'll show this one tonight, and I'll save the others for another day. But so this knife here, I picked it up. I knew it was well made. I could look at the back. It's got a tiny bit of gap right here, but I mean, it's an old knife. And that could just be crud in there that needs to be cleaned out. But anyway, so wood-handled knife. It has the old brass back spring, not back spring, but liners in there. So I opened it up, and the first thing I saw, other than being a cool knife, actually let you hear it snap there. Good snap. The first thing that caught my eye was Browning USA. I knew immediately then that it was a super cool vintage knife. So the blade was in great shape. It's sharp. Now it wasn't as clean when I picked it up. I did clean this blade a little bit with one of my knife erasers, get some of the patina off, or not really the patina, but, well, yeah, kinda. Had a little bit on there still, but anyway, I cleaned it off a little bit, got it a little nicer looking. But I thought it was really cool. When I saw this, I said, man, I got so excited that I went ahead and shut it like this, and I said, what you want for it? Or this one? And he said, how about $5? I said, all right. So I stuck it in my pocket, and then went on my way. And I'm telling you that story that way because next I'll tell you the rest of it. So anyway, I was excited. So we're walking down the aisle, and I'm telling my buddy, I cannot believe I found a Browning USA for $5. It's a cool pen blade. I mean, it looks clean as a whistle. There's nothing marked on this. Just zoom in just to make sure. Yeah, no marking there, just a pen blade. Again, this one has, now this pen blade has excellent half stop. Yeah, it pops into place with a good half stop. Let's see about that main blade. Yeah, it has half stop too. Yep. So, main blade, pen blade. I pull out the old sheep's foot blade. And you're saying, well, heck, Clint, that looks good to me. Well, when I pulled it out, the sheep's foot blade had a little tip there. So I got home and I'm thinking, man, I got so excited. I threw this in my pocket, didn't even look as if the blades were full. And it wasn't bad. I mean, it was just barely tipped. So what I did was got my old belt sander out and did a little reprofile in there. You would not have known that if I hadn't have told you. Well, you might know it if you look there because I had to sand it a little bit. I need to clean that up. I can polish that out. You won't know. But what I did was I just took a little bit right here off the top and just pulled it down to catch where that little tip was missing. Took it down just enough. See, I shouldn't even have told y'all that, just seeing if anyone found or figured it out by looking at it. But so this blade did have a little bit of a tip right here at the edge. It was tipped like here. And I just took a little bit off. I got my old belt sander I have, and I just kind of laid it on there and just went, you know, just kind of, I know y'all are probably all gonna be saying that sound now that I did that. But yeah, I just put it right there on the edge and just lightly went around. Just took a little bit off. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see where it's a little shinier there. And that shine will go away. And it will not be as shiny after it's set up for a little bit. But that's the thing, you gotta look when you're buying a knife. If you get too excited like I did, you buy one, then you find out it had a tip blade and you end up having to work on it. But once this one sits in a drawer for about, I don't know, a good 10 years, that shine will wear off here and you won't even notice it. I mean, it's not too bad noticeable now, but you can tell a little bit there. I'm gonna polish that actually. Polish it just enough to take some of that little scratch out. You can tell it a little bit, but not much. I can polish out them scratches though, and you won't be able to tell. Now, of course, if I ever sold it, I would tell somebody. I'm not that guy that's gonna say, never carried, perfect condition. I would tell somebody that I did a repair, especially something like this. But it's got a good half stop there. Go ahead and, well, needs to be greased a little bit, but half stop there. Good snap. Has the old wood handles. Just in great shape. You see a lot of Brownings. Usually when you see them, I've seen Browning Germany, I've seen a million Browning Japans, and they're valuable. Don't get me wrong, I would buy one in a heartbeat, especially at a deal. But I'm telling you, when you open up one and it says Browning USA, and they say $5, your heart skips a beat. I was very excited. Let's see what this one measures. I'm just curious. I didn't even measure it earlier. All right. So right under 4 inches. But a very good size. I mean, this would be a good size for like a everyday carry. It could be a user. I probably won't use it. You just don't see a lot of Browning USAs. So whenever I find one, I put it up with my others. That's the part of being a collector. You just get more and more. But these blades were in great shape other than that one. Good Stockman knife. Stockman used to be my favorite brand. Or not brand, but model. My bad. But I'm telling you, look at that blade. I think I did pretty good if I say so myself. I'm not really good at reprofiling, but you know, I watched some knife videos and I watched somebody do it one day and I said, you know what? That does not look that hard. I think I could do that. I just wished, I need to buy some lighter grit for my sanding, because the belt that's on it right now is a higher grit. So you have to be real careful, because I mean, it will take some metal off quick. So I mean, when I did it, I just had to, and actually I didn't do it where the bar is either. I just went up to where the sandpaper was and just kind of went, just kind of did it like that lightly and tried to smooth the transition. I'm telling you, who knows it? Who knows? Maybe I'll get into knife reprofiling. But usually I do not buy a knife that has a broken blade. Now, that is one thing. I will buy a knife that has a handle crack or something like that, but when it comes to blades, I usually like them all to be intact. But this time, I got too excited. I mean, when you do that, you just, you know, $5. I mean, come on. I was so pumped that I threw this in my pocket. He pulled out a couple of other knives that I bought as well. He actually got me twice because I bought this one, and then I also got a buck, which was the one made by Winger. It's, you know, got all the tools and everything, and its blade had a little slight bend, and anyway, I worked on it and I got it where you can't tell either, but I'll show you that one on another video. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends, hit that like button. I don't know what it does, but they say it does something. We'll find out if you keep hitting it for me. And tell all your buddies. I'd like to get more and more people on here. Let me know what you want to see. If there's a knife that you have heard about, or you know, somebody has told you about one, or you had one as a child, or anything like that, I may have it. So let me know, and I will do a video on it. Or if it's just something that you've been looking for forever, let me know. And if I have a couple of them, I might want to sell one or do something. Anyway, guys, y'all have a great night. Until next time, we'll see you then.